Hey guys, B.O.L.T here. We're here for B.O.L.T Entertainment with the quickest entertainment I can give you. And welcome to Sister Location Fandom History. I'm just coming off of Finals Freeze 4 Fandom History. I'm trying to hurry this up and trying to get this one knocked out because this will get me a little bit ahead. I still got to do, let's see. I still got to do Finals Freeze 6. And then tomorrow we'll do Finals Freeze 6 / Pizzeria Simulator. Next weekend we'll go over AR, VR, and Security Breach. So basically the new 3 games will be taking place, and then we'll end it with the book series. So you basically will have one weekend, I believe, without any other content. So basically, it's like we're finishing the main storylines now, and then next we'll have the additionals on top of the book lore. The book lore will take a little bit. Well, the book lore is a very fast one that's going to be going through because I'm just going to be like, this is what this story adds to the actual timeline. This is what comes. This is the theories and stuff that this adds to the main timeline, and then I can run through AR and VR quickly. But then there's Security Breach, which is still looking for a DLC later this year that we don't know anything else than the fact that this is possibly at the one of the worst endings of Security Breach. This could be the bad ending you get for trying to leave and hide in a box. But I believe everyone takes the burn trap ending is the true ending. But anyways, we have to finish this before I have to go. Basically, to run through the teasers real quick, you just get Circus Baby's face showing that this is more clownish, more sci-fi. Then you get Bitty Babs, which are just, you show multiple miniature animatronics. I believe there was a canceled due to leaks, which everyone thought that Sister Location was canceled due to the game getting leaked, which there was a quick let's see, there was a false game which showed the, I think, Funtime Freddy, and it was just Sit and Survive. I played that game over on B.O.L.T Family / SP Studios, and it's just Sit and Survive with a Freddy head on him. And it was supposed to be the mature edition, I believe, or something like that. It was a weird one, but it was like it was basically a gas leak that was explaining a little bit of the story of Sister Location. I don't think we got Funtime Foxy Freddy or Ballora. But we did get Entered, which was just explaining I have a little bit of me in everybody. And that was explaining that this might be a combined animatronic from, like, if people thought this was going to be a part of the timeline, it could be like this Entered was taken apart and given to the main 4 or something like that. But anyways, let's get on to the trailer. This is explaining nothing. It just showed us, hold on, it just showed us the designs of Sister Location and gave us a little bit of the idea that we have like limited free roam, or everyone that it was going to be a full-on free roam game, but it was limited free roam for most part. Then we get into the actual gameplay. It's new, it's sci-fi, and it instantly connected itself to the main timeline. Which was kind of just like, you're a new employee, welcome to Circus Baby and Rentals, or something like that. It was just, you work for Afton Robotics, you get introduced to Mr. Afton, who created the Fun Times, and he's talking to investigators about his design for these animatronics of what particular things they do. He mentioned Circus Baby, that she can inflate balloons, she can make ice cream, and I guess like sing and all that. So she's at the top of the class but there's like a thing that he didn't mention because it's shady that the people are actually wanting to know. Um, let's see. But you're an employee for Afternoon Robotics. You go into Circus Baby and Rentals. Well, I think it's Pizza and Rentals, which is basically these animatronics for fun times are given out to parties, rent out to parties, kind of like a clown coming to a party, and these characters just get rented out, come back, might need to get repaired, and you're basically to make sure everything's working fine. So you go down, you get this hand unit who screws up your name. You do notice that it says Mike on the sticker, which instantly refers back to Mike Schmidt in Final Fantasy 1. Um, but basically, you get put into an event, and then you get to have to check on and zap Funtime Foxy and Ballora. Then you have to go into Circus Baby's gallery. Circus Baby's auditorium or something like that. And you're introduced to. Well, you are. I think. I'm trying to remember all of this stuff. I believe you try to light up, but you zap Circus Baby, and then you get told to go home. But you hear like something's on the vents when you're going through it. Then night 2. Let's see, night 2. We hear the voice of a little girl. Basically, I'll just combine them all. Basically, it's just a girl complaining to father, which is Mr. Afton. Why she can't see this animatronic, which is Circus Baby. You made her for me. She looks beautiful. I don't know why I can't go play with her. And then the very last one we hear is she actually meeting Circus Baby. I don't know why Daddy won't let me see you. You look wonderful and beautiful. And that's basically it for her lines. Because I'm not going to be able to remember every single quote. I didn't want to write this down or anything. Night 2, we also have the Immortal and the Restless, which is just a love story between a vampire and his girlfriend slash wife, which is basically fighting over the fact that if this baby is this little vampire baby is his or not, and it's basically she tries to get out of it by like, I won't pay child support because I don't have a job. Well, you work at a fast food place, so you have to. And another big thing that people immediately thought about this was this could be a reference to Purple Guy because of his purple suit, saying that a kid isn't his, which does kind of toss a why is this until the very end of the game. So let's see here. Then we have night 2, which is basically you go do the normal thing, but you can't use your shock button anymore. It's been disabled. Hand unit goes and tries to reboot the system, but while he is gone, the voice is gone. Circus Baby comes out and says, "Oh, by the way, you're getting lied to. You're getting set up to die. Take my directions. Go do this. Once something happens." So basically, she tells you to hide under a makeshift hiding place. There's these bitty babs that come out, try to find you, try to pull the door open, and then you're sent off to Ballora Gallery. You go through Ballora Gallery, and then basically you're supposed to listen, stay low, do not speed through it. The voice tells you be as quiet as possible, stay low to the ground, and be as fast as possible. Where Baby's like, do that, but slowly, because you got to listen for Ballora to come back and forth. The closer she is, the more danger you're in. But once you get into the electric room, you have to bring online all these different areas on top of trying to avoid Funtime Freddy and Bon Bon getting close to you, which you have to voice over like Final Fantasy 3 to go back. thanks to the electrical panel, we do see the map of the location. We see our elevator to the main unit. Then we have Funtime Auditorium, Ballora Gallery, and the Circus Baby thing. And we do get to see that there is multiple rooms. There's the electrical room, and there is also the repair room on both ends of Ballora Gallery and Funtime Auditorium. But we do notice that there's a secret room to the right. Actually, there's two rooms. There's one room to the left and one room to the right of Funtime Auditorium, which we'll get to later. We also see that there's two buildings off of this map, which shows us the plush trap hallway and the house of the mini games in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. We see the kids going. It's like the kids' room, the house, and then I believe we also see, I think, Fredbear's on the map too. Anyways, then we have to go back. Lord knows that we're there, but dismisses it. You get to go back, watch your show, come back for night 3. This time you have to go and I believe it's, I'm trying to remember what it is. I believe you have to go repair Funtime Freddy, but you get a chance to go see Circus Baby. She tells you the story of the little girl that's talking in between the nights, where basically there's a bunch of kids, but she's left alone one time, and when she was alone, she gives her ice cream, but immediately she gets killed. Her screams get muffled out by the playfulness of the children. Which kind of tells you that girl died. But we do get a quick little thing, is the death mini games. If you die there's a chance for another death mini game from Five Nights at Freddy's 2 to come by, and it shows you exactly what she just mentioned, which was you give certain amount. You have to do cupcakes to kids, and you have to be very careful about how you give it to them, because there's one where you have to give it to a kid one at a time. Then there's a cupcake that kind of shotguns and sends it 3 ways. Then there's a green cupcake that sends it through all these kids in a row, and it fills their appetite completely. But once you fed all the kids, you're able to go to the end, get an ice cream, and then go all the way back to the beginning, and you see the little girl approaching Baby, given an ice cream, but she gets, there's an arm that comes out of the stomach of Circus Baby and pulls her in. Then we have go repair Funtime Freddy. Have to play a little game of chase with Bon Bon. Click on his tie. You have to deal with the flash beacon and Funtime Auditorium with Funtime Foxy. Then when you get back to you start heading for the elevator. Funtime Foxy, no matter what, jump scares you and captures you, and you get put in for night 4 a spring lock suit that has been unidentified, which everyone believes as Funtime Chica because of the beak and all that. But basically you see some maintenance people scooping and trying to repair Ballora. You get told by Baby about her pretending. Explains the scooper and how it's supposed to kind of take out the innards of the animatronics. But basically you're supposed to tighten spring locks, wiggle off these minarinas that can basically kill you if they climb all the way up your head. And there's some that's going through the mouthpiece that's getting in. I believe that's a part of the Fazbear Fright story. But anyways, we'll get back to that when we get to that. I'm trying to make this quick. You survive, you get found by the maintenance. Then night 5, you're told that due to your performance of being stuck in that spring lock suit, your pay will be docked. Well, no. So that was you being slow in Balora's gallery. You being slow on the floor means you get deducted pay. Um, you get a chance at a basket, a bonus basket, and you get to choose the exotic butters, which is just a weird thing because they say a cash basket. Everyone likes the cash basket because it's their freaking pay. You take it out of their paycheck, give them whatever their basket was supposed to be. It's not a bonus. It's just, I'll take some of your money to go get you something nice. Which is like, here's your money back in a basket, or here's an exotic butters basket. Here you're supposed to go check on some maintenance people to get them out of the building. They're dead. They were killed by the animatronics. But you're told to go repair baby. You take her AI chip, put her inside the hand unit. She basically instructs you to go into the scooper room on the left. Well, actually, it's technically to the right of the entrance, but to the left of the repair room. That you get scooped, and in the store you get filled by innard, which we do show fills your body, escapes in you as a skin suit, and they get out. But then there is a secret ending where you win and give the ice cream to the girl. You get a second star. You get access to the room on the right / left of the entrance. This is the I believe it's supposed to be like high, not as high security. This is supposed to be like a management room, where it's supposed to be not William Afton. It's Mr. Afton's room, where we see the Fredbear plush from Five Nights at Freddy's 4 with a walkie-talkie. So that means whomever's in this room, Mr. Afton was talking to the kid, which does ring back to the Immortal and Restless. Maybe crying child is the kid that Vlad / Mr. Afton / Purple Guy is suggesting isn't his kid to his wife. If you put 1983 into the keypad, you get the visuals of the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 room, which means Mr. Afton has cameras in his kids' rooms. We also see Fun with Plush Trap, which explains the maps on the rooms. You gotta basically survive innard trying to get to you in here, and if you win, you get back home. See the very last episode of Immortal and the Restless of the season. It's basically Vlad and Clara getting together finally, but still kind of shaky about the baby. And then innard is able to find their way out, but is very injured on the way in. But they still take you as a skin suit. But that's the fake ending. Going on to Custom Night. Basically, the gameplay doesn't matter. Yendo is basically a secret you can find, I believe, in Funtime Auditorium when you're using the flash beacon. And then we have Bonnet, which is supposed to be interchangeable for a girls' party for Bon Bon. We have the Mini Ritas, which are just dancing partners to Ballora. Bitty Babs are just performance of Ballora's. Electric Bab is a weird one. It's just, I believe it's supposed to be the Bitty Bab's ability to absorb electricity. I'm trying to think of the other things. There's Lolbit, who's supposed to be a previous design or a ongoing design for another animatronic that was supposed to be a partner to Funtime Foxy, which was Lolbit. But it's now kind of like a virus that stops you from not listening. And then we go on to the mini games you get for beating all the challenges, which is basically the aftermath of such a location where you're a skin suit, and you're basically walking like nothing happened until every mini game it goes. the skin starts to decay because all it is skin now. So eventually it gets so decayed that it no longer fools anyone, so Ennard has to leave. And because you're filled, you are promised not to die by baby, which means you're basically a soul inhabiting your own skin. And that's basically how the mini games end. But if you beat Golden Freddy mode, you're given a next game kind of idea. Basically, you hear Michael, who's talking to his father about finding Circus Baby and finding the place. I did what you told me to. I was able to put them back together. Which is a little bit weird, which is like, does that mean Ennard is supposed to be like the complete consciousness of like the girl, or it's weird. Anyways, we get revealed that this is what we're seeing as the scene is a burnt down Freddy Fazbear's Fright due to a sign, and we get to see a burnt spring trap, and this is referring to him as father. So if that's supposed to be Purple Guy / Mr. Afton, then the one we played as is supposed to be his son Michael. So we're playing as Michael Afton, that's Mr. Afton, and now we have a little girl, also Afton. But thanks to the books, we learned that that's the purple guy is William Afton, and we kind of get to see his little background story. But anyways, then there's that. Losing to a new game, which is like, oh, Springtrap's gonna come back, and we're gonna have a big mumbo jumbo, but also Ennard's out there. What's gonna happen? Well, we got an anniversary come up, and Scott gave us images and blueprints of, like, how to make the 3D images of all the animatronics. Shows the blueprints of the Funtime animatronics, showing that they had a tank that was able to capture kids, and one even had, I think Funtime Freddy had an actual child in them. Here's the thing, is two things. The Finest Freddy's guide that explained lore in the gameplay, on top of these blueprints of the Funtime animatronics, had teasers of the next game, Finest Freddy 6 / Pizzeria Simulator, where in the very edges of the blueprints you can see another blueprint or another edge of another character that would be in Fnaf 6. I believe you're able to see Molten Freddy, you're able to see bits and parts of Scrap Trap. Thanks to, I believe not the ultimate guide, but the updated guide, we are able to see Scrap Baby. We were supposed to have a Scrap Chica, but that was on the scrap room floor. So there's that. That explains a little bit. The story is convoluted. It's basically the purple guy had a family. He had a daughter and a son, and possibly the crying child was another son that died. So you basically have a family of 5 if the wife Clara, which is supposed to be like purple guy designed Belor after his wife when she left him or died. Circus Baby was supposed to be based on his daughter, and then of course he took pieces of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy to make his own pizzeria, which we do learn thanks to the cancel due to leaks and both the Death minigame and Ballora, that there was Circus Baby's Pizza World, but it only ran for a day because of the little girl's death, which we know is Elizabeth Afton due to Five Freddy's 6. But anyways, I'm trying to collect it right now. basically due to the death of that little girl, it gets closed, which means this was supposed to be Purple Guy's not drug operation. It's supposed to be his kid killing operation. But anyways, that's really it. It's just like this is another aspect. Like this could that gives us like the background of Purple Guy a little bit. It gives us that he had some kind of higher up status in Fazbear's Entertainment because he had the ability to make animatronics that had the same names and all that. So that means he has the ability of copyright and has the ownership of those names. He shares the ownership anyways. Or due to, I believe, the character encyclopedia, we learn that Afton Robotics is a side wing to Fazbear's Entertainment. But anyways, I'm trying to wake up so bad. This really doesn't help us in the story. Dream Theory is thrown out the window now. So now you have Five Nights at Freddy's 1 to 3, good storyline. We have Five Nights at Freddy's 4, which just adds the fact that during the Fredbear's era, we had the bite of 83. So now there's 2 bites in the storyline, on top of the fact that this is possibly Purple Guy's child that died here, which probably threw him off to the deep end. And this is also why Fredbear's and Friends Fredbear's Family Diner was closed, was due to the bite. And then we also have now this other one, which is kind of like, okay, you kind of helped explain that this was the start of Purple Guy through the bite of 83. This is why Fredbear's is no longer a thing. But it still doesn't explain the nightmares. Now this means that the nightmares either were an actual nightmare or this were actually animatronics that the Purple Guy built to terrify his son. So you have to explain the nightmares now. And then now you have a Circus Baby's location where it explains what happened to Elizabeth. It explains his motives of that. But now we have to make a new game because now you explained that Springtrap is going to come back into the story thanks to that thing. Now you have another son of Purple Guy that's alive and is actually purple because of his decayed skin. And then you have another a bundle of animatronics being out there entered. So now you got to figure out what to do for Five Nights at Freddy's 6 to explain the nightmares, explain Springtrap's return, and explain Purple Guy's kids and slash family, and also figure out where Ennard is and all that. Which we do get a pretty good ending to Five Nights at Freddy's 6. So anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm sorry that it's a very big mess. I'll try to for Five Nights at Freddy's 6, I'll try to make it a little bit better. I'm actually gonna go do my things before. That way I get a chance to wake up. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.